India Trinamool Congress. Today's press conference has been organized to highlight certain major issues relating to the harassive exercise being done by the Central Bureau of Investigation and the Enforcement Directorate, particularly in West Bengal. As you know, that the Central Bureau of Investigation and Enforcement Directorate, popularly known as CBI and ED, are being misused by the center to target political opponents. This is capricious misuse of state authority, according to us. For example, after Judge B.K. Loya died on 1st of December 2014, the new judge discharged the present Home Minister, Mr. Amit Shah, on 30th December 2014, and CBI did not challenge the order of discharge. My question is, if CBI did not have sufficient material evidence to institute a case against any individual, why did they go for that? And if, according to them, there was sufficient evidence and materials to substantiate the charge, then why they did not go for an appeal? The next point is, former Chief Justice of India, as you know, the Honorable Mr. Justice Lodha had once commented that CBI is a caged parrot. Now, ED too has joined the fray, and both in conjunction with each other have graduated to his master's voice, HMV, reminiscent of the gramophone company. ED has gone wild at the instance of the Union government. CBI and ED keep probing political opponents of the ruling party for years, only to sensationalize them just before elections. Timing invariably precedes an impending election, and so their seriousness to sincerely investigate any offense is highly suspect. For example, simple alleged one-time cash payment of rupees 3 lakhs or more by sting operation continues to linger since 2014. These cases keep surfacing only before election. Arrests for alleged one-time acceptance of cash took place in 2021, 7 years after sting operation conducted in 2014. CBI and ED have only recently filed charge sheet. For sure, the case will linger and huge noise will be made before every election. But while filing the charge sheet, we have found that there is absence of a name of a particular BJP man, a turncoat, and TMC have time and again raised the question, why are there no names of any BJP leaders like Shubhendu Adhikari on the charge sheet? Shubhendu Adhikari was seen in the Naroda sting operation, and CBI even filed an FIR against him, but his association with the BJP is keeping him safe. Now, the so-called video tape, reportedly, it was forensic test was done, and if it appeared from the forensic test that the videotape was genuine one, then how come that Shubhendu Adhikari was seen by millions of people that he was taking bribe from a gentleman or a bribe giver? How he has been exempted from the charge sheet as of now? This is a moot question. To substantiate our charge against this government that they are misusing the central agencies like CBI and the ED. The ED has also been harassing our officials without any concrete evidence, while they turn a blind eye to their own 12 leaders, BJP leaders, who looted Bengal's coal belt. There is a long list of misuse of these central agencies by the central government. I won't go for that. But it appears that the investigation or arrest jurisprudence has replaced a fair procedure for criminal justice system. Jail has become the rule only for political opponents and bail an exception, although it was the settled principle of law that bail is the rule, not the jail. This is the dawn of a new jurisprudence that CBI and ED have carved out exclusively for political opponents of the ruling party at the center. The CBI and ED have allowed themselves to be perceived as arms of the ruling political party at the center. Now, to elucidate this, I would like to point out that in a few cases, like 4 days before the single-phase Tamil Nadu Assembly elections, 4 days before the Tamil Nadu election, the Income Tax Department raided DMK Chief M.K. Stalin's daughter, Sentha Ramaya's residence. A month before the assembly polls in Maharashtra, the Enforcement Directorate registered an alleged money laundering case against Nationalist Congress Party Chief Sharad Pawarji. And just over a month before the first polls of West Bengal, the CBI was sent to harass Abhishek Banerjee and did not even spare his wife from the political witch hunt. Is it all just a coincidence? Or the BJP is simply keeping all these central agencies on their leash? Enforcement agencies like the Income Tax Department and the Enforcement Directorate have rarely raided the BJP leaders over the last 6 years. Leaders like Himanta Biswa Sarma, B.S. Yedurappa are also accused. But are they raided? What does that mean? This shows a clear trend of how just before election, central agencies including the CBI, ED and income tax swing into action, summon individuals in old cases, conduct raids and issue FIRs. It is clearly evident that BJP is using ED to further their political motives and vindictive politics in Bengal. Earlier, Shubhendu Adhikari in a press conference said that CBI will investigate in a way that will not spare any AITC leaders. They will have to queue up outside the BJP office. If central agencies such as CBI and ED were not being used politically by the BJP-led government, then how can BJP leaders make such a prediction? Is Shubhendu Adhikari a spokesperson of the ED or the CBI or the income tax? Or for that matter, the central government? CBI and ED are prejudiced and serve the interest of BJP. Even the National Human Rights Commission submitted a politically colored